All right, bonus summer continues as we head into October. Hey everyone, it's Eric Wilhelm here with the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video. It's Weather for Weather. Geeks, first day of October felt and looked a lot more like midsummer. It was a pretty remarkable day today as expected. As far as the actual numbers go, we hit 88 at Youngstown Warren Airport today. This ties the all-time October record high temperature, dating back to 1939. New daily record high today, and we certainly weren't alone. Record highs fell all over the place, and some of these were all-time October records, including in Cleveland, Toledo. Pittsburgh fell just short of 90, but Wheeling, New Philly, Zanesville, Columbus all hit 90 degrees, as did Akron. It was, just kind of remarkable when you consider it's now October 1st and our averages are in the mid-60s. Thought it'd be a good time to check in on the temperature trace for the year so far. These are the daily temperatures compared to average through the first 9 months of the year. A few things stick out here. The coldest weather of the winter was very late in January through about the first day of February. Then the pattern did flip for a while in February. We had a long stretch of very chilly weather to open the month of March, but notice the blue lines get fewer and farther between as we got into the second half of the year. We've had very few cooler than average days in the last few months. In fact, we've now had 3 consecutive weeks where every day has been warmer than average. We've only had 1 cooler than average month so far in the month, or the year 2019, I should say. That was the month of March, 1.5 degrees below average in March. Every other month has been at least a little bit, and in some cases a lot, warmer than average. We're into meteorological autumn, the months of September, October, and November, and of course now we're into the middle of meteorological autumn, and that means, well, let's see here. Let's see if my temperatures will come up. They are not wanting to come up. Well, I was going to show you that the averages, the average highs in October, start out in the mid-60s, end up in the mid-50s. So you have to keep that in mind at this time of the year when I show you maps showing, hey, it looks pretty warm compared to average in the longer range. In October, a warm day by the second half of the month is a 60 to 65 degree day. So things change quickly at this time of the year, and so keep that in mind as we go forward. Middle of meteorological autumn here in October is a month in which the average highs and average lows descend very, very quickly. Here's a look at the October forecast. I showed you this last evening. This is issued by the Climate Prediction Center, part of the National Weather Service, and when I agree with their forecast, I just show you their map, and I think what they have here is right, showing another warmer than average month across a lot of the south, across a lot of the east, and a lot of the chillier than average weather bottled up out in the western U.S. All right, we're not alone in this. These are 7 p.m. Eastern temperatures on October 1st. It's still 90 degrees in St. Louis and Paducah and Nashville and Knoxville and Lexington. It's just amazing. Now, where's fall? It's out here. This is the front that's coming our way later Thursday into Thursday night and Friday. Now, it's not going to be this chilly here, but you get the idea. This is a pretty strong cold front. First really strong fall cold front of the year coming into the eastern U.S. In the meantime, tonight, one for the record books as far as low temperatures go. The record highest low temperature for October 2nd, tomorrow morning, is 64. That doesn't stand a chance. We'll be closer to 70 tomorrow morning. Now, the all-time October record high minimum, in other words, the record high lowest temperature of the day. It's kind of hard to wrap your brain around. But in other words, the warmest low temperature for the any date in October is 71. We'll be pretty close to that tomorrow morning. So, at the very least, assuming 70 verifies, it will be the warmest October morning since 1941. Yeah, if you thought the high temperature was unusual today, the low temperature is very unusual as well tonight into tomorrow morning. All right, a little bit more in the way of clouds tomorrow. This front is kind of semi-stationary. A stationary front implies it doesn't move. It's going to be sagging a little bit from north to south, coming close enough that I do think there'll be a little bit more in the way of clouds and the possibility of a passing shower, perhaps even a thunderstorm before tomorrow afternoon and evening is through. Now, that old front kind of becomes a warm front again by Thursday morning as another surge of warmth pushes out ahead of that strong cold front that's back here. So Thursday's temperature forecast is a little bit challenging. There could be a very big spread in temperatures on Thursday between, say, Erie and Akron. We're somewhere in the middle. Wouldn't be surprised if Erie stays in the 60s, and then Akron is 87, 88 degrees almost. And so that makes us kind of monkey in the middle and kind of a tough temperature forecast. But I think most of our area will probably try to get into the 80s one more time on Thursday. A couple of showers around, maybe a late day thunderstorm as our cold front approaches. And then just like that, here we go. This is a weather map that looks like a lot of our weather maps from November through March. Into a northwest flow off the Great Lakes, a lot of stratocumulus clouds Friday morning. It's going to feel tremendously different Friday morning as you head outside. It's going to be hoodie weather all day, and certainly hoodie weather for high school football Friday evening. So Friday, temperatures stay in the 50s in most of the area. We might try to touch 60 in a few spots, but a rare cooler than average day coming up on Friday. We'll end up in the 40s in some places for high school football Friday evening, and then I touched on this yesterday. I don't think we're going to see a widespread frost Friday night, Saturday morning, but in some of the coldest spots, particularly I think over towards I-79 in eastern Mercer County, I'm not going to be surprised if a 35 to 37 degree temperature shows up in the coldest sheltered valleys. Could be enough to produce a little light frost. Again, I don't think it's a widespread killing frost, but perhaps a little light frost for early Saturday. Kind of a rare thing here in the 6 to 10 day outlook, showing somewhat decent odds here of a wetter than average period. I think we're going to see a front kind of sprawl out for a time Sunday into Monday, leading to a couple of pretty good chances for showers around here. And there may be a few opportunities for wet weather later on next week. I think there'll be a dry lull middle of next week, but late in the week next week, another chance for rain. So it may come out that this 6 to 10 day period may be a little more unsettled than the pattern we've been in for quite a while now. So that's something we'll be keeping an eye on. One thing for sure, once we get done with the 80s over the next couple of days and the pattern flips on Friday, even though October is going to be a warmer than average month, I don't think we'll see a whole lot of 80s from here on forward. Could we see an 80 degree temperature before October is through? I can't rule that out, but upper 80s, middle 80s, I doubt it. That gets to be extremely rare once you get deep enough into October. All right, that'll do it for me tonight. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you back here for more Weather for Weather Geeks on Wednesday. See you then.